All of it.
Okay. So, hi, Adam. Well, everyone else first, I guess. So, this is Todd. I'm one of the co-founders and co-coaches of Strength Faction, and I'm here with my man, Adam Willis, who's coming to you all the way from the UK. Adam has been a Strength Faction member now for, 4 months? Yeah, 4 months. And I just wanted to get him on the line and talk a little bit about his experience and, maybe the biggest thing that he's taken away from Strength Faction so far. So, Adam, thanks for taking some time.
My pleasure, Todd.
Yeah. So, anyway, man, what's a little bit about you? Like, what's your business? How do you, you're a strength coach, but how do you run your business in the UK?
So for me at the moment, I kind of have maybe like three different jobs that I work. So I run my own personal training strength coach business, where obviously I deal clients one-to-one. I also run an online business whereby my business partner and I provide training and nutritional programming. So for me, obviously, Strength Faction's helped me from there as well, because obviously you guys are obviously running it all online based as well. And then also I teach people to become personal trainers. So I'm educating people to come into the industry as well.
Right. So multifaceted stuff. You got a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I'm curious. So when it comes to like what we've done with Strength Faction, you said obviously it's kind of helped you, with your online business and kind of how you've structured that. But from a personal standpoint, like what has been your biggest takeaway?
For me personally, one, I've always been someone who kind of classically overthinks their own training. So having the programming set for me has been fantastic. Me personally, I've dropped 25 pounds, which is what I was looking to do, was drop some weight.
Wow.
Kind of wandered my way into strongman last year and tried the get fat to get strong approach, and didn't quite work out as well as I thought. So to try and drop the weight off, and that kind of coincided with me starting Strength Faction programming as well. So for me, that's been fantastic. I haven't had to think about my programming. It's allowed me to really focus on my clients and focus on my business, particularly the online one, which is relatively new. So for me, I've just been able to kind of get on with what you guys have kind of programmed and jump straight into that. In terms of myself, habit-wise, I've taken a lot from it. I think one of the first teaching points that you guys gave, or one of the first education lessons, was about feeding the piggy bank. I think it might have been the first one.
That's the first one, yeah.
And obviously I went away and read the book anyway from there. And yeah, to be able to do every day, I'm kind of getting up, attacking my habits that are slowly working my way towards my goals. And although you don't see daily improvements as such, but I've noticed a difference in myself, my confidence, the way I conduct myself through my business. And there is a compound effect. There is, I think they put it in the book as a ripple effect. And my business has improved exponentially. I've improved as a coach as well, just by attacking daily habits, small manageable goals, every single step. And that was the first lesson. And for me, that was kind of perfect to set me up for the whole program.
That's beautiful. That's awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah, I think that's it. It's just, making things small and manageable. It's easier to make changes. And then you look back and you have a better business, and you've lost 25 pounds and you're doing a lot of good things for yourself. So that's really cool. So
yeah, it's been awesome.
Congrats, man. Congrats on that. So yeah, is there anything else that you found that has been valuable or that you've taken away from the program?
Yeah, I mean, definitely for me, I've certainly used it a lot to reflect. And when you sent me the initial kind of outline for Strength Faction, was learning and applying it to yourself, and then obviously applying it to client base as well. So for me, there's been a lot of reflection as to my systems of process when it comes to programming. The online business is growing and expanding at a rate that surprised myself and Alex, who's also my business partner. But Chris's lessons on programming, of having systems in place, having structured reps, sets, protocols, whereby you already know what's coming when you're setting the programming out, and
sure, having
those principles there is going to save me a lot more time as the business grows. So that has been really, really valuable to have that in place there. Starting to take, I mean, you speak a lot about context, and that in itself has changed. Even when I'm teaching one-to-one, but also when I'm teaching online, I have clients send me obviously they send me technique videos so I can obviously analyze from there. But providing context to people and actually my cueing has definitely changed to try and get a much better response. And I've certainly found that in terms of, instead of giving internal cues, giving external cues, that's massively helped as well. So there's a lot of things I've taken away and refined my own methods and my own teaching and coaching, whether it be one-to-one and online. And again, it's all come down to strength fractional learning from yourself and Chris.
That's wonderful, man. So it's kind of like been pervasive of kind of almost like your life for the last 4 months. So it's like helped you get your shit together training wise, and then it's kind of permeated the way that you've developed your systems in your business, and kind of helped you workshop your own processes and improve them in your own way. Oh,
definitely. I mean, it's been strange how, as I've grown through the program myself in terms of my own training, the knowledge you guys have put out there and the educational lessons as they've come on board, it's again, as my online business has grown as well, it's almost like everything's grown together, and I'm able to kind of piece it nicely together to kind of certainly create myself as a better coach. And again, I'm coming back on board to learn even more and be put through some of the same education. Because again, you and I have spoken before about seeing things with a different eye. Right. I'm going to be a different coach going into Strength Faction again this time around. And I'm going to take different lessons away from this. And I'm sure I'm going to learn as much or even more than I did last time through.
Yeah. I mean, we're pumped to have you again, man. It's an honor that you're staying on with us. And I mean, I think that's something that a lot of people forget is, they go and they read something once or they do something once, but it's like you have to do it, learn it, experience it, do it again to really completely integrate things and kind of and use them and learn and change the way you do things. So I think that's important that you brought that up, is like just doing things once or just reading a book once or anything isn't never going to be enough to really make that full scale change, because experiential learning is always part of the process. And so I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, and I think again the learning by doing methods that you guys set up with Strength Faction, and that's a big part of that. You give us the lesson, and I mentioned to you and Chris before that the lesson timing is uncanny. That just as we start getting a question about what we're doing, you guys bring out the lesson for it as well. But we get that, we can see how it's being applied to us. So how your knowledge is being applied to us, we get to learn about it. We can then take it away, and I've gone back through like a lot of the lessons as well, just to refresh. But even going back through some of the ones I did over this week that we learned at the start, kind of even seeing it with a different eye from where I am now to where I was 16 weeks ago when we started the program is again massive as well. And seeing it in just a different light with a different eye, and getting to understand it better as well, and being able to reflect and go, okay, this is what you said at the start of the program. I'm now at this position. You kind of look back and go, I understand it a lot more. So it's fantastic. That's
really cool. I'm glad to hear that. So, well, yeah, man, thank you. I mean, I'm so happy to hear that, this has been so beneficial, and I really appreciate you taking time to share your experience with everyone.
No, my pleasure. It's been an honor for you to ask, that's for certain. And Strength Faction has been unreal. And it's going to be massive what you guys have come together with. There's nothing out there like that on the market. That's for coaches. It's going to make you a better coach. And as I said, for me, I'm just excited to get back on for the next 16 weeks to learn even more.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much. So for everyone else, Strength Faction registration is open right now. If you go to www.strengthfaction.com /summer-2016-registration, you can check out more about the program and register there. So thanks again, Adam. Really appreciate your time, man.
My pleasure. Thanks, Todd.